Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼's YouTube channel. This is Bosses Only, the video series where we look at just the bosses from a dungeon and explain the mechanics, because after all you're not stuck on trash, you're stuck on bosses. If you are stuck on trash, you probably shouldn't be doing dungeons. This is from the Shadows of the Hist DLC, this is Cradle of Shadows. Why is it called Cradle of Shadows? Because Velidreth, the big bad boss from the end of this dungeon, used to have a beautiful baby. And she loved the baby very much and used to gaze upon it in adoration all the time, until one day, being a stupid spider, she decided to eat it. But of course, spiders, with their brainlessness, she forgot that she ate the baby, and she wondered where the hell it was, and frantically, she shrunk herself down with her spider magic and climbed into its cradle to look for it, but all she found inside was shadows. So there you go, Cradle of Shadows. So to start this dungeon, we'll just stand around here accomplishing absolutely nothing until me, the tank, runs off to get this party started. Come on, follow me, let's go. So, begin by running between these boards here, and you'll find that you've been magically teleported to the first boss. So light the first brazier when you get into this room, because we're going to want to pull the boss into it. This is Sithera. She's a spider Daedroth with a big fat bum. This is not too difficult of a fight. The way you want to do this is you want to get her into the light cast by these braziers, the sort of AoE circle that it gives off. So start by taunting her, Mr. Tank, and then keep backing up until you get her into the light, because she takes more damage while she's in the light, just like the spiders you'll have dealt with if you've gotten this far. Do all your damage to it and watch out for all the little extra spiders that she spawns. Tank can yell at those too, or chain them in, pull them into the light, they take more damage. Make sure you burn them down. You do not want too many of those in the room because they just keep coming. At around about 50%, Sithera is going to put this brazier out and you're going to move to the one in the middle at the back of the room. Really, you should go ahead and have done that, but we didn't. So get that second brazier lit and bring her over. Now she's got a few annoying attacks. She does a channeled thing, but you'll see it coming and you'll be able to interrupt it. It sort of enrages her or something, makes her a bit stronger. She also spits constantly, does her little leg smacks, and she just keeps on spawning those spiders. So at around about 30% of her health, she's going to put the second brazier out, and you'll want to move to the last one, which is also quite near to the exit of the room. So there we go, she's put it out, and we're going to move to the next one. Make sure you keep focusing down the spiders, because they just keep coming. Too many of them and you're going to be in trouble. As long as you stay on top of them and bring them down with AoEs, ultis, whatever you've got, you're not going to have too many problems. This boss really isn't difficult. It shouldn't be, it's the first boss, so those are always easy. Finish her off. Finish off any little extra spiders. They don't disappear after the boss fight ends, they stay in the room, so you want to finish them off because, you know, they'll follow and be annoying. And then loot your rubbish for decon. What have we got today? Ancestor silk gloves, those are going to be really useful, best in slot. Okay, head into the tunnel and you'll be magically teleported to the next boss. This is Kephidaen the Spiderkith, the spider lady thing. Now this boss, really, don't overcomplicate it, it's not as difficult as you may at first think. Tanks stay in the adjacent brazier, damage dealers and healers stay in the one next to it. Tank will bring her over, everybody ulti-dump, throw all your AoEs at her. She's got a few annoying attacks, you know, she's got a really hard heavy attack that you want to avoid, and she also has, you know, adds that she'll spawn. The worst attack she does, she'll do like a large spreading AoE, you could just see it on the edge of the screen there. Get out of it. Damage dealers and healer don't ever step in it. Tank, if you're in it, block, but preferably dodge roll out of it and move back toward her when it's exploded. Don't be in that explosion, it does a huge amount of damage, it'll probably kill... There it is again, that thing. Now when she does that, right after she does it, she'll teleport and put out a random brazier. You need to relight these braziers, because if they all go out, you know, the shadow foam, whatever it is in the room, will overwhelm and defeat you. Watch out for the ads, bring them down if necessary, or ignore them and run past them, that also apparently works. Again, she's done her big explodey thing and teleported. When she channels like that, before she does her big attack, make sure you interrupt her. As you can see, it's really not as difficult as it might at first seem. You just have to keep the interrupts on her and chase her around the room and relight any braziers that she puts out. And avoid the big spreading AoE. That's really the worst thing to look out for. Now I think when she dies, you're going to get a really good prize from her body. What are we going to get? Why, look at that, a 𝕊𝕦𝕣𝕖 leather helmet. You can combine that with your ancestor silk gloves. Okay, let's run through this tunnel and see where it leads. It's really dark and spooky, but unfortunately, the boss is no longer alive to enjoy it. So run to the end of the tunnel and climb up this ladder. to magically be in the next boss room. So normally I would cut straight to the boss, but I want you to actually see this mechanic. You'll have seen it already if you've gotten this far, but that totem in the middle, those things will enrage other mobs. They fire like a little red poo thing at them that makes them super angry. So they are priority targets whenever you encounter them. Destroy them, because if they enrage the mobs will all hit much harder. A lot harder. You really don't need that happening. They'll also be a bit tougher to defeat. So, damage dealers should run up the left path, and the tank should run up the right path in this room, and then the tank can taunt the boss. This boss, the Votary of Velidreth, doesn't really feel like a boss at all, more like just a supersized ad. Fight him in the middle of the room. Make sure the tank keeps him in the middle of the room. There's a very good reason for that. He does this really big spreading AoE that if it explodes, pretty much is a one-shot, even for the tank, even if you're blocking. It does it, there it is. Huge amount of damage. You don't want to be in that. So if you're up against a wall with the boss, then you may find yourself with nowhere to go. So make sure you fight him in the middle of the room. As you can see, really not even like a boss at all. It's so unbelievably fast. After you've killed it, run over here, pull this lever, which will unlock the door to the next boss room. I do believe that boss actually spawns little mini spider ads, but I don't remember seeing any that time. I think we just killed it a bit too quick, but you'll kill it pretty quickly. If it does bring up the little baby spider ads, kill them quickly, and the big spider might go over and try to eat them. If it does that, it's going to regen its health really quickly. It's something like 10% every second. It's fast, so you don't want to let it do that. Interrupt if it's eating the babies. So, the next boss, Dranos Velador. I think that's how you say it. That's Dranos... Who comes up with these names? I'm going to call him David. It's easier to say. So this is David. Now, before you fight him, there's a bit of a cutscene. He's going to be standing there talking to his Argonian friend about welcome to my special spider club. You are now a member, and you get all the benefits that come from spider club membership, such as being able to spin webs and eating flies. So this boss can be pretty difficult, and we need to watch carefully. There's a lot going on. Mostly there's red waves of poo flying all around the room that we need to be aware of. It's all about fancy footwork and staying out of AoEs and waves that will knock you flying. But other than that, this boss isn't going to give you too much trouble. Just watch out for all the poo. Are we actually going to start this thing? Okay, there we go. We've taunted him. Good. We're underway. So as usual, throw all your damage at him. And one of the first things that he's going to do is hit you as well. Now watch this move here. He fires a red ball which hits the ground and red waves come out of it. Watch where it lands and step between the waves. Those waves hurt, they knock you all over the place. After that, he's going to summon some little weak ad things. Quickly kill them and a little red ball pops out of them. Somebody collect those balls, don't let the boss get them, because I believe if he gets them he enrages and hits even harder. So as long as you collect them and stop him from getting them, you're good. Whenever he spawns those ads around the room, tank just chain them in, everybody burn them down, collect them. Another thing he does, after a while, he will do a teleport strike to each person, smacking them really hard and leaving an AoE on the ground where each person was standing. So if you all spread out when he's doing that, you can get them toward the edge of the room. Now that dangly statue of 𝕊𝕐𝒼, I think it is, in the middle of the room, as you can see, it fires out these waves of poo. There's so much poo in these dungeons. Anyway, watch out for those, watch where they land, watch the waves that come out and step around them, don't get knocked all over the place. Again, the boss has summoned the ghosty guys. Tank, chain them in, everybody kill them, collect the balls so the boss can't, and then he won't enrage. Another thing he does, I think he just did it there, is he's going to teleport around and then he's going to pin somebody on the ground. He's pinned me, the tank, because I had his aggro. Two little guys will be holding me. Interrupt those so that the tank can get back up. That way we can continue the fight. You don't have very long when he pins you like that. It's a bit like in Fungal Grotto 2, where that lady pins you to the ground and there's a sword coming for your chest. You need to sort of get rid of those guys, otherwise you're going to end up dead. Tank's chained in that last guy, very good. And then of course we need to collect the ball. So much red stuff coming from that statue. The stuff coming from the statue, there's really nothing you can do about it. Just watch the waves and step aside and avoid them. Try not to be hit as much as possible. The boss doesn't appear to be taking damage right now, because as you can see in the background there's a bloody ghost and the tank hasn't bothered to chain it in, probably because he didn't notice. Okay, he's finally noticed. Let's get rid of that ghost. Let's collect the ball before the boss does. Are we going to get to it? Oh, the tank got it. Good. As long as the boss didn't get it, because if he gets it, he'll enrage. And then we can start damaging the boss again. He's doing his teleport strike from person to person, and then because the tank has his aggro, The tank will get pinned by these two guys. Use your crushing shock or bash them to interrupt them so that the tank doesn't get killed. Finish the boss off. Well done. Last minute Comet ultimate, Meteor ultimate for no reason. Loot your garbage, and the tank's going to head through the wrong door, and so's the healer apparently. Well, no, it was just the tank going through the door. Everybody else is smart and they're going to go the right way, which would be through this door here, which inexplicably leads to a quick loading screen before taking us to the final boss. We've just skipped all that other stuff. So it's off to meet Velidreth, who might still be looking for her little baby. This final boss, Velidreth, this is a pretty difficult fight if you don't know what you're doing. Fortunately, we're here to tell you so that you do know what you're doing. Here she comes, dangling down on her web, which came out of her bumhole. And we're going to stand there and look at her for a minute. Because why would you want to actually start the fight? Alright, the tank's here, the party can get started. Or can it? Nope, there he goes. Okay, we're down. So, a lot of things to look out for. One very important thing, ultimates. Use them if you've got them. If you don't use them, she's got a habit of sucking in a person with a lot of ulti and devouring it, taking it away so that your ultimate is gone. She's doing it to me right now. Well, not me, but 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼. However, 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼 had Meteor as her ultimate, and that doesn't cost very much ultimate. She didn't take it all away. Our ultimate is totally still available. Atronax, when they spawn from these portals, kill them immediately, and there's going to be a synergy that you're going to need. That synergy, it gives you a light similar to the light from the braziers in the tunnels earlier in the dungeon. You're going to need that because at 66, I think it is, % of her health, she's going to teleport you away in groups of 2 to catacombs on either side of the dungeon. And in these spooky caves, you're going to have a lot of ads to deal with as you fight your way back to the center to continue the battle. It's a somewhat annoying mechanic. Another thing she does, she'll say, don't move and climb up the wall like that. You see her up on the ceiling there. Watch out! You don't want to get hurt. So when she drops down like that, it is a one-shot. If you've moved, a big spike will come out of the floor, go up your bum and kill you. She just did the thing where she teleports us off to the catacombs. Who have we got? Oh, it's 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼 and the tank together. So when you're not doing hard mode, this is actually pretty straightforward. Use your mini-map if you're on PC, and you have the add-on, to work your way back to the beginning of the room where she is, and you can continue the fight. You just have to watch out for the red on those spike traps, otherwise spikes will come up. Kill the humanoid enemies, but don't bother killing the Horvers, because they just keep coming and they will snare you, and you'll end up getting overwhelmed. You don't want to even deal with them. All the doors are open on regular, veteran, and non-hard mode, so you can just go through any of the doors that you find, until you find your way back in the central room. These humanoid Spiderkith enemies, kill them, because they're very irritating, and they chase you, they teleport strike you, they snare you, they immobilize you. Just kill them. Kill them, but don't avoid the Horvers. We're back. And did the other team make it back, who were sent to the other side of the room? Can't tell. Looks like they're not. Never mind. We made it a bit quicker. We'll just continue the fight. Now watch out for these balls that travel all around the room. They will be different colours. If they're red and they hit you, they take your health. If green ones hit you, they take your stamina. If blue ones hit you, they take your magicka. You need these resources in order to cast abilities to damage the boss, so avoid them at all costs. Another Atronax spawned. Make sure you take it out, because again, we're going to need that synergy. Oh good, the other damage dealer and the healer are back too. Oh, you're eating my ultimate again, you bitch. Remember what I'd said earlier about ultimates. Smoke them if you got them. Get the synergies from those Atronax when they spawn. Very important. And keep fighting this bitch. And I believe at about 31% of her health, she is going to send you away to the spooky caves once again. There we go. This time it isn't 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼 that's got the light. Actually looks like, ooh, it's both damage dealers. It's Cat and John together. So again, they'll be avoiding the Horvers, but they will be killing the humanoid Spiderkith enemies. And just follow the mini-map if you've got it. Make your way through the doors until you get back to that central chamber where Velidreth is hanging out. Almost there now. Let's just hang out for a minute, that's cool. Most damage dealers, too scared to go if If the tank and the healer aren't back. Oh, but Velidreth is smart, and she's all like, oh no you don't, I'm going to suck you on down here. But what is taking the tank and healer so long, I wonder? They must have ended up stuck in a fight of some kind. Oh, here they come. They made it, they're back. We can finish this fight finally. Tank, get the aggro back. Remember, watch out for the balls, they're currently blue. If they hit you, it's going to take a bunch of your magicka away. It's like she's in execute. Let's finish this lady. Oh, watch out when she does that thing with her bum in the air too. Firing those balls all over the place. Well, congratulations, you've defeated Velidreth. Instead of looting the boss here, a chest will light up and you actually loot the chest for your prizes. I wonder what our prizes are. Oh, look at that. We got an achievement. Beacon in the night. Apparently we've got another achievement. Cradle of Shadows Challenger. I guess that means we've done the speed run, the no-death run, and the hard mode run. We just didn't do them all on the same run. So, once you've collected your rubbish, run through this portal, and we'll reset the fight. This time we're going to do it on hard mode. Activate the totem to our left where you drop down, and we can begin. Hard mode, there's a few extra things to watch out for that make it harder. Obviously, because it's hard mode. So, one of the things is Velidreth is permanently enraged. She's permanently enraged because of this totem on the side of the room. It fires out those red poos just like we've encountered otherwise in the dungeon. It will hit her, it will hit ads, so ads will spawn. You didn't get those in the non-hard mode, and they will also be enraged. The Atronachs that come out will also be enraged. Everything is enraged. That totem will also fire the balls into the middle of the room, and the waves will come out from it just like in that fight with David, so be aware of that. There's also a lot more of the balls running around the room that hit you and either take your health, take your stamina, or take your magicka, so be aware of it. That's really the biggest change. All these waves, all this poo, all these balls, all these ads, and all these things are enraged all the time, so everything hurts more. Aside from that, this boss fight is basically the same as the non-hard mode. Yeah, it is Catatonia and myself, and I have picked up the synergy. Now, the thing with the Atronachs, it's really, if you ask me, best if the tank and the healer each take a synergy, because you get sent off in groups of 2, but you'll never be 2 people with a light and 2 people without. So there'll always be 1 DPS with 1 support role. As a tank, you can talon and taunt the humanoid Spiderkith, so the other DPS can take them out. If you're the healer with a DPS, you can heal each other through any damage you'll take. The other thing on hard mode, when you're in the caves like this, the doors aren't all open. You're going to have to find the right path. As you've seen, some of the doors are shut, and we've got to find the correct way back to that central chamber where Velidreth is hanging out so that we can continue the fight. That means a lot of backtracking if you're not lucky and don't immediately find the open doors. And when you backtrack, there's a chance that you'll run into that horde of horvers that is slowly walking toward the central chamber. They're looking for you. They will snare you, they will overwhelm you, and they will kill you. Avoid them at all costs. Looks like on the other side, the healer and the other damage dealer are not having such a good time. In fact, they're both dead. It's just us now. So let's see what we can do. Can we make it back alive? Apparently we can. We found all the open doors. We've made it back to the central chamber. Now when you die in the catacombs, your body gets teleported back to the central chamber. So we just have to resurrect. Now, when you're attempting to resurrect, Velidreth will notice, and she will channel a rather annoying attack and try to stop you. The tank can interrupt that. Not that it matters, because she decided to suck you in and eat your ultimate. Yes, she still does the ultimate devouring thing. So, let's get reses as quick as we can. Let's watch out for wave. Oh, that was a very lucky. The waves missed, the balls rolled right past, didn't get hit by anything. So, we've got the healer back on his feet. Let's get the other damage dealer back up. Focus down the ads. The ads are priority because they're enraged. You don't want too much stuff annoying the tank. When she puts her bum in the air like that, she fires out more of the balls. We've got blue ones that'll take magicka. We've got now red ones. Looks like the balls themselves actually change colour. Let's avoid those balls. Here comes some Atronachs. Let's be sure to kill them as quick as possible, because of course they also enrage. There we go, it's very angry, and it's dead. Tank grab one synergy, healer grab the other. Stupid Velidreth. Throwing more balls out. Oh look, there's a healer ball rolling around as well. Make sure to synergize it. Get some resources back. Alright, she's about to climb up the wall and do her big slam thing again. Remember, when she climbs up the wall, You don't want to get hit by it. Actually, it looks like we skipped that mechanic. It just said she was going to do the shadow sense thing, but then we got teleported. Fantastic. Okay, who've we got now? It's Kephidaen and me again. So let's remember, sometimes the doors are shut. It looks like we got lucky this time and the door's open. We can go right through. Kill the humanoid Spiderkith, but don't waste any time on the Horvers. Just avoid them and run away. They move very slowly. Don't step in the red things. Avoid the spike traps. The red ones are the ones where spikes will come up. The other ones are safe to run over. Make your way back to the central chamber to resume beating up Velidreth. Here's an ad. Let's get it focused down. Goodbye ad. Back on Velidreth. Now what's taking the healer and the other DPS so long? Oh, they're almost back. Here they come. Need to get their butts in here as quickly as possible. Here they are. Good. Okay. Now we're safe. Oh, she's climbing up the wall again. Remember, when this happens, don't move. Don't move, or she's going to jump right on you. It's like that. So avoid it at all costs. We've almost got her now. Again, avoid the balls. Avoid the thing that the totem shoots out that spreads those waves of poo across the room that knock you around. Congratulations, you've done it. Again, go and loot your chest. Get your Velidreth hat and all your other rubbish that you're going to decon because you don't want it. So all in all, it's not too difficult in comparison to the non-hard mode. The difference is that totem firing waves of poo and enraging everything, and all the additional balls, and the fact that there are locked doors in the catacomb. But that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and don't forget to check out the stream at twitch.tv/Catatonia.